Are we live? Here we go! Go the Cowboys! Woo!
Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah! Fuck! Football review for round 12 of the 2023 NRL season. We saw a game of football tonight up at Suncorp Stadium. Broncos up against the Panthers. Panthers getting the win, 15 points to 4. And as always, to help me review Thursday night footy, it is content creator himself, TJC Sports. How are you, TJC? And thanks for coming on once again, bro. It's good to have you on the channel.
No problem, mate. Always happy to be here. I'm going good, man. I mean, yes, that game wasn't exactly what we would have hoped for, but overall it was, I'm looking forward to reviewing it.
Mate, I must admit, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a one-sided flogging, but the Broncos, they showed up without a halfback, and they gave it a crack, and we'll get into it in just a little bit, but if they had Reynolds tonight, maybe we're going a little bit of overtime. Who knows?
Oh, definitely, man. I think they definitely missed Adam Reynolds today. I mean, when you think about the fact that they didn't have their regular playmaker, they did all right, but like...
They did pretty well, considering. Absolutely. Hello to the live chat. Hope you guys are all doing well. We'll see who we got here. We got Kenny Games PlayStation, Damien from Newcastle, Jim the Chooks fan, SS Storm fan. We've got... Amusement Productions with a very savage comment. The Broncos' downfall was here, and I'm well and truly here for it. Brutal as they come, but I love it because I'm a Cowboys fan. I hate the Broncos. I hope they fucking fall off a cliff, but
fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, man. I mean, I hope that about a lot of Paras rivals too, dude.
Yeah, like the Bulldogs and the fucking Seagulls and whatever.
Yeah, mate. I can't fucking stand the Seagulls in particular.
I'm not a big fan of them either. Anyway, go back in history. Kieran Ford knock on. I'll never forget it. I know it was like I was a kid.
It's not a Bash Manly review though. It's
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, so everyone, welcome to the Thursday Night Football Review. It is May 18, 2023, 9:59 p.m. 6 days to my 24th birthday. I'm fucking looking forward to it. In case you guys are unaware of this, next Friday night, Eels are versus the Cowboys at CommBank Stadium, May 26. Yours truly will be there. So, all you Power fans, I'm coming for you next week. Bring it on. You too, TJ. Bring it on.
We're going to be hungry after tomorrow's game, however it goes, bro. You're going to be in for it.
I will be in for it, all right. I'm going to cop it, but it's going to be fun. All right, let's get into the review, shall we? Broncos versus Panthers. Thursday night football. Panthers 15, Broncos 4. We will go through it with the tries and whatnot, but I want to ask you this, TJC.
Sure.
Very physical game. Both teams belted the shit out of each other. The Broncos, mate, how much did they miss Adam Reynolds in your opinion?
Oh, look, I nonetheless I was impressed with their defense tonight in particular, but they really missed him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think that this game would have been so much closer even then, and they may have even won it if they had Renault on the field. He's something different when they're there.
Yeah, no, 100%. And, I was listening to Andrew Johns the other day on Freddie in the Eighth, and he said that Adam Reynolds makes the Broncos probably a 10 to 14 point better team. And if you go back and watch this game tonight, it's hard to disagree. I mean, Reynolds makes their attack better. He gives them, repeat sets, game management, kicking game, just brilliance. And you take him out of that team, the Broncos lack all that. They only scored one try tonight at home, and it was off a kick from Reece Walsh at Cobbo, and he just got the ball grounded. So
they got so close a couple of times.
It was pretty bad without Reynolds. They really missed Reynolds badly tonight.
Yeah, I just don't think Madden had the playmaking ability that Reynolds has. He did some good things by himself, but, individual efforts aren't really the job of a halfback nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like a Nico Hines, Nathan Cleary, Sean Johnson, it's tough.
Exactly.
Like, obviously, like Ezra Mann probably didn't do enough for me. It was a tough night for the Broncos, but they did not give up. They fought right to the end, and we'll get into a couple of the no tries in just a little bit, but there were some tough calls that went both ways, I thought. But
100%, man.
Yeah, it was a tough. Jock Madden, bro. I just want to touch on him for a moment. I don't want to bash the bloke. I don't want to, rip into him too much here. But if Jock Madden's your backup halfback, I think you're in trouble.
100%, man. I don't think he comes even close to filling the boots of Reynolds. And that says a lot because Reynolds is far past his prime, but he's still absolutely brilliant compared.
Absolutely. I think I said this on Tuesday, TJC, and I said this to a few people privately. I think what the Broncos should have done is they should have put Ezra Mann to halfback, Reece Walsh to 5'8", Selwyn Cobbo to fullback, and either DeLuise Hoyter or Pereira should have played on the wing.
I got to agree with that, mate. That honestly makes a lot more sense than bloody what they did today. Because I'm more of a fan of it.
Because, bro, they tried Jock Madden at halfback against Souths when they were without Haas and someone else. And I can't remember who the other player was. Haas and someone. And they honestly need fucking a better half than Jock Madden to come in. They need someone better.
I don't know. I can't really highlight anybody in particular that they can get that are better, but I do agree that Jock Madden really doesn't fit the standard. Like what Jock Madden, I remember preseason was going on about wanting to be the starting halfback. It's like, mate, you're just not good enough.
No. I'm not sure what their future plan is, but, they tried Jock Madden against Souths when Brisbane had a few players out in that game. And they tried him again tonight against Penrith. It's just not going to work. Not going to work. You need to get someone else.
They need somebody new, and we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they will.
Should have put Reece Walsh in the fucking halves, like I've been saying all week. I was hoping that they would make a late change, but they didn't do it. Anyway, tough night for the Broncos, but they tried very hard. Panthers, mate, they probably should have put the Broncos away a lot earlier than what they did.
Oh, definitely. When you look at the fact that Broncos, we keep going back to it, but when you look at the fact that the Broncos were missing their star playmaker, the Panthers should have been smashing this game. The Broncos did well to keep them back. I mean, I'd be a little disappointed if I was the Panthers that they were allowed to keep it so close.
As good as the Panthers are, like I was watching them closely tonight, and when they punch through the middle with Fisher Harris, Leota, Isaiah Yeo, and especially Scott Sorensen, they're very hard to contain in the middle, but their attack's a little bit predictable. Some of their last tackle options are a bit scrappy. They're not that convincing, Penrith. When they were leading 14-0, I was like, how is this not 24-0? How are the Panthers not running away with this? They seem to be, and that's credit to the Broncos' incredible defense. But the Panthers, I don't know. They've been good the last couple of weeks, but tonight they were a bit off in their attack.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been a bit of a different game if they played certain other teams, especially if they played
like the West Tigers or someone.
If they played the West, mate, they would probably want to forget about that Tigers game. Best bloody game ever to watch if you're not a Panthers fan. That was incredible. But does this mean that the West Tigers are better than the Broncos now?
I see what you mean. If the Panthers are playing a lower tier team tonight, so if they're playing the Dragons, for example, they'd probably put them away 30, 40 points.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
All right, let's go through the game, shall we? We'll go through how the game unfolded. So,
let's go.
The Panthers started off very well on that left-hand side. Taruva went over for the first try of the game. Now, a lot of people on Twitter were blowing up about it, saying that it was double movement and all this. Honestly, I have watched about 5 or 6 replays of it. I think it was a try, but I can understand why people would be upset because he does seem to hit the ground, then sort of like move his elbow off the ground, whatever. But it's, in my opinion, it was all momentum. I think it was the right call.
Look, me and my chat had a different opinion when we watched that happen live. I'm pretty sure that it was a momentum myself as well, dude. But
yeah,
I wasn't going to really complain with whatever the ref called there because the way that it kind of happened, it did look like it could be a double movement.
Yeah, I had a lot of people in my live chat saying that it was double movement and bullshit call, and it's a tough one. It really is. But you got to remember when a winger is going for the corner like that, momentum takes them over most of the time. And look, I think the referee got it right. I know people are going to be upset about that, but I reckon it was the right decision. I reckon it was a try. I reckon it was momentum that got in there. It's a tough one.
It's really tough to really say, man. I think
it's a 50-50, isn't it?
I'd rather be on the fence about the decision. Honestly, I have no real, preference on it, really.
Yeah. So the Panthers got up 6 points to 0, and a penalty to the Broncos. Now this one was Reece Walsh was losing his shit. So there was a strip. So it was 2-on-1 in the tackle, and I think it was ripped out the hands. It might have been Lindsay Smith, or it might have been Sorensen from memory, and Reece Walsh was screaming at the referee about it, saying, "What the hell? What the hell?" Ended up being a penalty to the Panthers. They went for goal, go up 8-0. But do you reckon? Because like he was held up, but standing up. I think that was the right call because it was a strip.
Oh no, I completely agree with the decision. Honestly, I feel like it was a strip, man.
100%. So Panthers go to 8-0 after 22 minutes or something, 23 minutes into the game. And we get to half time, and Panthers lead at 8 points to 0 at the break. There was a no try before half time. I think it might have been Scott Sorensen. Brother, I can't believe the Scott Sorensen no try.
Bro, that was a try every day of the week. I was like, no way he actually knocked that on. There was no way in my mind that it ever properly left his arm on his way through.
Mate, honestly, I started screaming on the stream, and I'm going, someone explain to me where he knocked the ball on. Show me a camera angle where he's lost it.
They just basically said he lost it. They gave no bloody answer to us how he lost it, but they just said he did.
Even watching it in super, super, super slow motion, I still can't find a knock on.
No, I don't see any moment where when he's actually on the ball, I don't see any moment since then where it leaves.
Yeah, I think the Scott Sorensen no try was a bad bunker decision, and they unfortunately missed that, but lucky it didn't have any effect on the game, really. Thank God it didn't have an effect on it. So we get to half time, and Panthers lead 8 points to 0, and then Panthers start the second half off really fast. They look really really strong, and then Nathan Cleary takes on tight defense. I think it was Jordan Ricky missed a tackle, and I believe might have been Kobe Hetherington. I can't even remember who it was. Someone. I know Jordan Ricky missed a tackle. It might have been Tapau. Someone missed a tackle. Nathan Cleary went through and scored. Nathan Cleary was taken on the line a lot tonight. He looked dangerous as hell. But Nathan Cleary scored PJC, and it's 12-0.
Nathan Cleary did a classic today. I mean, I think tonight is a real showing of why we call him the best halfback.
Yeah.
It's just, they're a different team with him.
Definitely incredible performance from him. Good old Stan Cleary had a big game tonight. Stan from American Dads, he really stood out. It was good, Cleary. Panthers 14-0 after 50 minutes. And at this point, bro, I'm thinking, what are the Broncos going to do to score a try? What are they going to do? And then a couple of bunker decisions that we'll get to in just a little bit. But there was a try to where is it? I'm trying to find the Broncos try on the fucking board here. There was a bunker decision here. I'm trying to remember which one it was. 53rd minute.
I don't remember. That game was like a blur for me to react to.
Yeah, it was a weird one. I can't remember which one it was. Someone can let me know in the live chat. But anyway, the Broncos find their first try in the 58th minute. Reece Walsh puts in a little kick over for Cobbo. Cobbo goes over in the corner. And the Broncos, at this point, they had some hope, bro. 14-4 down.
Oh, there was a lot of hope, man. Once they got that try, you were thinking, get back, come back on, baby. But unfortunately, after that try, it didn't really turn out that way this game. It may have if Walsh's try later on, which we'll talk about, was given. But
well, let's get into it. So it's 14-4 Penrith. And, wow, a lot of people lost their shit about this. So there was a kick from the Broncos. It went up. I think, I can't remember who it was. Reece Walsh jumps in front of, it was either Taruva or Peachy. I think it was Taruva from memory. And they both fall over and Staggs scores the try. It goes upstairs to the bunker, and the bunker, you can hear the bunker say that Reece Walsh is going for the ball, and then they were going to play on, and then you can hear the referee, Adam G, the on-field referee, he says to the bunker, it doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right, mate. And then the bunker has another look at it, and you can hear him on the audio, and the bunker says, Reece Walsh is not going for the ball. He has intentionally taken out Taruva or Peachy, one of the two. And the referee, the on-field referee, Adam G, influences the bunker to overturn the decision, and we get a no try to Katoni Staggs. Very controversial. A lot of Broncos fans were losing their shit. First thing I will say, TJC, is, in my opinion, the decision was right. Taruva or Peachy, whoever it was, I reckon they were taken out by Reece Walsh. There was Reece Walsh denied an opportunity for Taruva or Peachy to get a fair crack at the ball. So the Katoni Staggs no try for me was correct. But the bunker should not be influenced by the on-field referee. That should not be allowed. What's your take on that whole drama, whatever you want to call it?
Honestly, mate, I think that my complaint isn't with the decision like you. I actually really do agree with the decision. I thought it didn't look right in live play myself, but you don't tell the bunker that. What you do is you tell him to have a look at it, but you don't tell him that you've got an issue yourself with, you don't influence him to. It just felt wrong, the whole thing. It didn't feel right to me.
The bunker got the decision right. Katoni Staggs' no try was the right decision. Taruva or Peachy, I can't remember who it was, they were taken out by Reece Walsh. So it's basically obstruction. But since when was the on-field referee, Adam G, when was he ever allowed to talk to the bunker and say, I'm not sure, mate, it doesn't look right? Isn't it the bunker's decision? The referee's gone to the bunker for that reason because he doesn't know himself. It's out of his hand.
It should be completely the bunker.
The referee shouldn't have a say because the referee has gone. The referee has gone to the bunker, so that means the bunker has all the authority in the world to make the call right. The referee should have no say in it after he's gone upstairs. Because, what the fuck?
Honestly, I think he should get in trouble.
Everything else was fine.
No, he should get. if nothing comes off that, I'll be shocked because that was just ridiculous to me. You know,
And look,
he shouldn't have been influencing the decision. Like, you don't go up to the bunker and have a discussion with him about him making a certain decision.
exactly right. That's my problem. Now, let me just say this as well. Some will probably lose it when I say this. I thought the refereeing tonight was outstanding. I thought referee Adam G did a great job officiating this game. There was a lot of carnage, a lot of push and shove, a lot of physicality from both sides, a lot of aggression. The referee did very well to let it all go. But my biggest issue was the Scott Sorensen no try and the Katoni Staggs bunker drama. Everything else I've got no problem with.
Definitely, mate. Just got to completely agree there. I mean, it was an odd game. It was an odd game, dude. But
and you know what? I don't think Adam G should be stood down for it. I don't think he should be in trouble. I think he just needs to understand what the rule is, because I don't think the referees would be notified on a day-to-day basis that I don't think they would know that rule, because that's the first time I've ever seen the referee get involved with the bunker.
Oh, no, he probably didn't remember the rule. He's probably heard it at some point, but whether he remembers is a whole other thing, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, it was a very wild game. I thought, honestly, with the way the Broncos attacked without Reynolds, obviously they struggled in their attack. I thought this was a really fucking good game of football. Very physical. Both teams built each other. Very tough game of footy, man.
Oh, mate, it was insane. The intensity between both teams was absolutely brilliant. Dude, I feel like it was so interesting. Even though it was basically ping pong, it was great seeing the two teams so physically against each other tonight.
100%. And I'll tell you what, when the Broncos get Adam Reynolds back, if we can I hope it happens. I hope Brisbane and Penrith are full strength if they both make the finals. I want to see this game in the finals. Give Brisbane Adam Reynolds, have everyone fit. Same with Penrith. I reckon this would be a very violent semi-final. I reckon it'd be insane.
Oh, I'd be jealous not to be there, you know? It would be absolutely brilliant, unless it was at Bluebet. In which case I'd probably be able to find my way there.
Yeah, you can get your ass over there.
I'd get my ass over there, mate. It's worth struggling through. I don't love going to Bluebet because of some Panthers fans, but it's a fine place to go when you have a good game on.
Exactly right. Yeah, no, it was a physical game. Obviously, Brisbane beat them back in round one in the wet out of Penrith. Penrith get one back on them tonight. Very tough game of footy. And you know what? Brisbane, I don't think they've lost they haven't lost anything by losing tonight. They were very physical. They were a little bit unlucky with a couple of calls, but that's just how footy is. You get a lot of 50-50s go your way, and it does go against you as well. So
100%.
This game was a belter, and I am hoping these sides are full strength if they both play finals. I want to see them versus the finals. I think it'd be a great semi-final.
I would absolutely love this game, really. Like, especially if Para don't make finals, which is very possible. I gotta say, this would be an amazing game to watch in finals footy. I think that both teams would be if they were full strength, it would be absolutely brilliant. Be the game of the semi-finals. It'd
be the game of the round. I'd be looking at me going, righto, this game is gonna be fucking sick.
Bro, you'd be upset that it wasn't the grand final. It's that good.
I mean, you just never know. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. But in the end, the Panthers find a way to get the job done. 15 points to 4. Great game of footy. Tough as hell. Let's go through some of the quick stats. I want to have a look at it. Penrith had a lot more ball too, believe it or not. Penrith, 58% possession. Brisbane only had 42%. 84% completion rate for the Broncos, 78% for the Broncos. What do we got here? I want to see the error count. That's what I'm interested in seeing. 10 errors from the Broncos, 9 from the Panthers, 7-5 penalty count for Penrith. Not much more to say. Oh, also, I want to mention this. In the first half,
Yeah.
do you remember the James Fisher-Harris third man in, which was basically a cannonball tackle, and then there was a bit of a push and shove between, I think it was Fisher-Harris and might have been Herbie Farmworth, or Tony Staggs, sorry.
Yeah. The Broncos had a big problem with Fisher Harris from that tackle. I remember that, mate. It was like, oh, the biff's coming back a little bit. But
I believe Fisher Harris should be suspended. Cannonball tackle. That was so dangerous.
I didn't see anything really wrong with it personally when I watched it live.
Yeah, watching it live is a bit, it's hard because we always forget stuff. I forget stuff all the fucking time. If you go back and watch the clip of it, I might even screen record it and send it to you later.
Do it, mate. Do it. I'd love to give an honest reaction, even if it's in the DMs,
Yeah. James Fisher-Harris comes in, third man in, basically goes straight at the legs, practically a cannonball tackle. We've seen the Melbourne Storm, bring this tackle into the game, going all the way back to 2003. It's a dangerous tackle. It's fucking disgusting. I think Fisher-Harris should get 2 weeks for it.
Surely he gets something for it, mate. I mean,
and if it is the committee of fair income, cannonball tackles, we know how dangerous and how deadly they can be on the opponent. It's almost as bad as a hip drop. So it's disgusting, and I hope he's in trouble for it, bro, because I thought that was disgusting. Cannonball tackle at its best.
At least he can't. He at least has to be told he can't play next round. Surely,
Yeah.
I mean, when you do that kind of tackle, I'm going to see the replay later when you send it, probably.
Oh,
but,
you're gonna say it, all right.
it's not. If it is what you're saying, at least a week, 2 weeks, I would expect.
Yeah, we talk about hip drop tackles. We talk about cannonballs, chicken wings, crusher tackles, cheap shots, high shots on the halves, shoulders to the heads. If we're going to crack down on high tackles and all these dangerous tackles, Fisher-Harris needs to be on report. And I just found it. It's in the 15th minute of the game, so I'm going to go and put that on in just a little bit. All right, before we go, I'd love to know, who would your top 3 players on ground be from tonight's game between Broncos and Panthers? 3, 2, 1, with number 1 being your man of the match.
Look, mate, it's a little tough to really say. I thought a lot of Broncos did really good today, despite the Penrith Panthers getting the win.
Yeah.
This maybe it surprised a few people, but one player that I was really impressed by, and I'll put him in the top 3, would be Patrick Carrigan.
Yes,
I thought he was brilliant for the Broncos today. Not everybody. He made like 30 tackles in the first half or something. It was ridiculous. I mean, I was going about on my stream how good. He got to feel gutted that he lost with his effort.
Yeah, it was gutsy.
I think Cleary. If I had to give a player, I think Nathan Cleary was absolute class today.
Yeah.
I'd go with Nathan Cleary. So I'm basically just giving 3 best players.
Yeah, 100%. For me, look. Number 3, I think Paddy Carrigan was probably the 3rd best player on the field. He was definitely right up there for sure.
Yeah, you've got to go with Carrigan to be there.
Number 2, man, I'm going to give it to Moses Leota. I thought Leota was outstanding tonight.
I was gutted with that no try, man. I was gutted with the no try for Moses Leota.
Effort, how good was that?
I know. I was just like, bro, he would have had the headlines in his bloody mind when he was going there. The fact, it was ridiculous. How he stopped that, I have no clue, dude.
So number 2 for me is Moses Leota, and number 1, man the match. Look, I've got to give it to Nathan Cleary. Thought he was the best player on the field tonight, bro. I thought Cleary was outstanding.
I got to completely agree with you. Only I'd probably put Leota 3rd and Carrigan 2nd, believe it or not.
Yeah, and then Cleary 1, yeah.
Yeah, and then Cleary 1. But I'd probably have the same top 3 as you, bro.
I like it. All right, bro. Well, mate, thanks for coming on. As always, it's been a good review of this physical game, and look forward to seeing you next week. What do we got next week? We got Dolphins and Dragons.
probably not going to be as fun, but who knows, right?
Well, both teams can't defend that well, so it could be high scoring.
Yeah, it could be a high-scoring game to talk about, bro. Let's go.
Origin affected, remember? So I don't know who'll be playing.
Could be
Dolphins
insane.
will be without a few.
Imagine the Dragon. Imagine.
It'll be interesting to see how that game goes. All right, TJC, thanks for coming on, bro, and I'll see you next time.
See you next time, mate. Love being here.
Thank you to the live chat as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the Thursday Night Football review. As always, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to TJC if you haven't already. Subscribe to me as well. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic Thursday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Dragons Roosters live stream. Until then, see you later. Full time, Panthers 15, Broncos 4.